Hello, everyone. Welcome to TCG Rhetoric. Long time no see. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, and today it's going to be a little bit of story time, a little bit something different. About a month ago, I did a regional qualifier in China, RCQ. That's why you see all these Chinese cards in front of you. It was a limited sealed event with Lost Caverns of Ixalan, and very interesting experience. This is my first time doing a competitive professional level tournament. Qualifies you for kind of the nationals here, the regional qualifier, whatever it's called. And it was just an interesting experience that I think not only has competitive elements, lessons to it with Magic, but also kind of some life lessons in it as well. And I just wanted to share my experience. So first of all, doing the whole limited thing in a language that you don't really read and can barely speak any of is obviously challenging. Now, the judge did speak English. It was very helpful and that sort of thing, but you are under a time crunch. And if any of you have ever done a limited tournament, with sealed deck, you got 30 minutes to record the deck, transfer it over. You got 30 minutes to build your deck. And that can be difficult even if you know the language, and especially if you don't know the set well. Luckily, I know this set pretty well because I had drafted on Arena. If I hadn't, I probably wouldn't even have tried the event to be too difficult. But I was in a real time crunch to build the deck, and this is the sealed deck that I ended up building. When you first look at it, straight away, very good, excellent card here. 1/2, you can tap 3 to give it a +1/+1 counter, becomes a flyer. It scries. I got 2 pacifisms over here. I don't remember the real name, but basically pacifism. And I really got, I think, hoodwinked myself, attracted by these rare cards. But I knew they weren't super strong. The deck here that you see doesn't have a lot of synergy. I'm playing with some real duds. For any of you that done Lost Caverns Limited, you know how terrible this card is. But I thought it was worth it to try to make this 3-color thing work. I got some ways to produce, different color mana to be able to play each of these. After round 1, it was obvious that I was wrong. I did go 2-1 in the first match. I eked out 1 win, but it was just obvious how much more powerful my opponent's deck was, barely eked out, and how weak these cards end up being. I mean, the game 2 that I did win was in large part thanks to this guy, but he still felt underwhelming. So, I could have just gotten frustrated, chalked it up to, I got bad cards, I didn't get a good pool, but I rethought it and looked back, and while we finished our match pretty early, one of the first ones to finish, everyone else was playing, I just noticed everyone else's cards were so much better than mine. There were just so many bombs that people opened and good decks that I made the decision that I needed to change the deck, make it more consistent. So I went back to my card pool, and I had noticed that the green here was pretty strong, pretty good green cards, and quite a few of them too. Good dinosaurs, big, beefy guys. So I reevaluated it, and I decided for the sideboard, for game 2 and 3 of the matches moving forward, we cut all the black cards, and I bring in all these green beefy cards. Sometimes I brought in Get Lost if they had a really big bomb that was worth giving them 2 tokens for. And I even had to bring in different basic lands and swap out the swamps and some of these guys, and completely change the mana base. In total, I was swapping out 18 cards. So virtually half of the deck was swapping out and changing it, what it was, to a green-white, not any real bombs here, but just more consistent. And so for the next 4 rounds, went the same way each round. Lost game 1 pretty handedly, sideboarded in the new deck, changed it up, and eked out 2 wins. Literally went... won the next 4 rounds to go 4-1. I drew the 5th round to be able to just draw into the top 8 and made top 8. And, each one of those, it was lose the first game, sideboard in, completely change the deck, and win the next 2 games. So I just thought that, reflecting on it, I thought that was a good kind of lesson, not just with Magic, but also life. But, Magic specifically, you can make changes, you can make adjustments. The tournament isn't over after just one round. And I guess that's kind of true for life too. So I did make top 8. And in the top 8 draft, I drafted this red-white okay deck. I thought it was pretty underpowered because there's just not really any bombs, just low to the ground. Wizards has this weird rule now, apparently, with professional drafting, where if you have a double-sided card while you're drafting, you have to show everyone whenever you open it up. And I guess it makes sense. I mean, because at a draft table, that if you don't show everyone, then the other drafters just right next to you are going to be able to see the double-sided card, and the drafter at the other end of the table doesn't know, so it's not fair. People have different information. But with the number of flip-sided cards in this set, it just every single pack that was opened, it seemed like we had to share and show. But as a result of that, one guy literally opened 2 of the best card in the set. That Hwaddle, green, red, white, legendary creature that turns into a saga, flips, and is just nuts. He got 2 of them. So after he opened the first one, I kind of knew, okay, if I want to have any chance to win this draft, unless I open some equal bombs, I just got to go low to the ground for that matchup whenever I face up against him. So when it looked like I was going to be in red-white, I ended up just kind of really drafting low to the ground, trying to win quick. And one match won, semifinals, ended up 2-1. I was just so tired. At my I know I'm not that old, but I am in midlife and in my late 30s. And man, at the end of 8 hours of playing at that point, 8, 9, 10 hours maybe, I don't know, I don't want to do the math right now, I was just making so many mistakes. And this is where I did the opposite of what I should do. In the sealed prelims, I calmed down, realized I made a mistake in the deck building, came up with a plan, executed it. It worked, made it to top 8. In the semis, I just started, I was really tired, I made mistakes, and I just compounded on them. Instead of going, okay, you made a mistake, but you can survive, you can find a way out of this, I kind of let it get to me emotionally, made more mistakes, and then I just got to the point where I just wanted to get it over with, and I was making quick plays that I didn't need to, and I probably could have eked out that semifinal win. I mean, I did go 2-1 even with my poor play, and his deck was not that powerful. I really could have beat him, but yeah, and if I would have gotten there, I think that guy had already qualified for RCQ, so I would have qualified for the regional championship in my first tournament in China. Would have been a really great accomplishment, but I fell short. And, it's weird. I'm a pretty even-keeled guy on most things in life, but for some reason, competitive in general, but in Magic especially, it eats away at me whenever I feel I made mistakes. And yeah, I was really frustrated going home at night, but after the tournament. But all in all, given doing it in another language, I think it was a success. I had fun, and I guess the big picture, if anyone is still watching, probably no one's still watching at this point, I'd say, give it a try if it's outside of your comfort zone, doing a Magic tournament in another language. Worst case scenario, you don't do well, but you still have fun. It was really nice getting back into competitive Magic. I really don't have the time to do it much. That's why this video is probably going to be posted up to a month after the last video. I've been very, very busy with work, but I hope I have more videos coming soon. If anyone enjoyed this story time, have any thoughts about the tournament or any questions, please leave it in the comments. I got a massive amount of subscribers massive in relation to how many subscribers I have. I got a massive amount after last video. Thank you so much, everybody that commented and said, oh, I'm number 33 or I'm number 42. It just filled me with joy every time I got that comment. I understand why YouTubers really get so excited about subscribers. I don't know what it is. It's just nice that other people out there share my love and passion and find my videos at least somewhat entertaining. So thank you very much. Have a good one. I'll have more videos coming soon. Merry Christmas.